Today we have not one, but two Squier Hello Kitty guitars. It's been a long time coming to review these. They're the original ones that came out in the early 2000s. I don't fully know the specs on these. It's maybe a basswood body, something like that. It could be alder with maple neck and fretboard. You know, just regular Squier tuners usually. It's normal humbucker. It's bridge. And we decided to put like a fun little speed knob here because it looks better. Luckily this will be an easier review since there's only just a bridge pickup, but we're going to see that bridge pickup in cleans, leads, and distortion. It's a pretty cool thick pick guard that they have, and they have the body have a custom, I guess it's a decal or something under the clear coat on both of them, so you know that that's the official body, just in case someone tries to put the pick guard on a different guitar. And then the necks are a little interesting too, because the black one will have the black dots on the side and the front, and then the pink one will have the pink dots, which that's pretty cool to see because I don't know how often Squier changes the color of their inlays. The neck is thick. It's like a C neck, not like a modern C. It's a little bit fatter than that, but it feels like they rolled the fingerboard edge, which is actually pretty interesting. And it might have just been how they roll the edges on just the frets themselves with that tool, but it feels semi broken in for a guitar made in the early 2000s, which is pretty cool. I think it has opportunities for improvement, but without ruining the guitar, because it's become a collector's item in a way. So I don't think it would necessarily be good just a hot rod one, unless you can find a really beat up one. Then yeah, go for it. That sounds like a really cool idea actually. But like one that's in decent shape, I think it would be cool just to at least, if you need to, change the knob or the pickup, something that doesn't alter the guitar too much. And that being said, so with this one, we ended up putting the Fender locking tuners on this, which was an excellent idea. Obviously, it helps maybe with tuning stability slightly. That's mostly problems in the nut. Just make sure it's filed properly. And but I think the black one could benefit from that too. And doesn't hurt changing the pickup if in the volume pot if someone wanted to do that. Maybe even the bridge, but just without altering the guitar too much if you have a nice one. I'd beware though. Online, some of these got really bad sun damage. So when you look at the pick guard, it looks like an old man's toenail. So be careful when you're looking. You may be able to see it on the listing that there'll just be some nasty discoloration, maybe halfway. These things age weird sometimes when exposed to probably cigarettes and sun. These aren't built too bad for what they were and what they are. I would say that the fit and finish is okay. The hardware is, kind of cheap, I guess, but it's pretty solid. Like the bridge moves accordingly when you're trying to make adjustments. It I feel like this guitar stays in tune better when the nuts filed properly, and maybe changing out the tuners. It just keeping it stable. It's a Squier. It does okay. These are pretty fun guitars. It's just so different than what us guitar players are probably used to seeing or playing. It again, I particularly actually like the pink one a lot because I've never played on a guitar that has pink inlays. It's just different, very different. They're both really cool. I like how they have this back to them as well. Interesting enough, since these were built in the early 2000s, none of them had fret sprout over its time. So that's pretty impressive because nowadays that is here to stay with newer guitars. They're just rushing them more, I guess. But these hold up pretty well, especially if someone's taking care of them. Yeah, they're pretty interesting. It's strange how collectible they've become, but hey, it's just a fun little pop culture guitar, I guess. If you can get past that, yes, this is like a starter guitar of the construction of it and stuff. It's not too bad to play. It's not the greatest guitar in the world, but I don't think it's horrible. I've played horrible guitars, and this is nowhere near that, luckily. It's kind of fun. And I think someone, if they wanted to play this often, if they just swapped out for a humbucker that they liked, particularly maybe a JB, then this would be a great instrument for someone to just mess around with. And I'm playing in C standard with both of these, and they kind of rip.